Should you take your money out of your 401k in order to buy real estate? Ooh, that's a tricky one. That's today's video. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, I'm Clayton Morris, longtime real estate investor, and back on the channel here to talk to you about 401ks. Now, the types of properties that I buy every year and every month, frankly, a lot of times I'm using my 401k money to do it. It's a strategy that I use every year. I pull money out as a loan to myself and buy rental property. But that's not what we're talking about. Today on the show, we're actually talking about removing, totally withdrawing your money from your 401k if your provider allows for it. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not an accountant, and I'm not a lawyer, so go seek your own counsel on this. But my accountant, who's one of the finest real estate accountants in the world, and one of the smartest guys I've ever met, and worked at the US Treasury, believes that taking the penalty for withdrawing money from your 401k is worth it as long as the real estate investment is higher than the penalty. Make sense? Think about this for a second. If you're going to remove money from your 401k in order to buy a real estate investment or rental property, and you're going to get a 15% return on your investment, and the penalty for that tax year is 10%, do the math for a second. See what I'm saying? That people get scared, and what he likes to say is that at the end of the day, most people are scared because Wall Street wants you to be scared. They use words like, if you call up your 401k provider and ask them about these things, they'll use terms like fees and penalties. You're going to be penalized for taking money out of your 401k. Okay, it's my money. I put money in. Yes, my company may or may not match it. They pick the funds mostly my company picks what funds. Some money manager that they've partnered with through my employer is making thousands of dollars a year in fees because we're paying them to manage my money. No. Most people do a 401k because it's easy, but is it great? Not terribly. It's a good solution for maybe a portion of your income, but think about it. The average 401k in this country, according to a recent story in Time magazine, which broke down these numbers, and this comes right from the Government Accountability Office, folks. This isn't my numbers. The average 401k at retirement is only $96,000. That's the average 401k at retirement. What does that mean? That means that when they're retired at 65, they pull out that money, they've only got $96,000? What if your monthly expenses every month are $5,000? I mean, you're only going to be able to live off of that for a few years at most, right? What if you want to travel? What if you want to buy gifts for the grandkids? What, are you going to live till you're only 67? You see the problem with the idea of the 401k? The idea with the 401k is that we're deferring our wealth until we're retired. Well, what if I could put that money that's in the 401k to work for me now, today? What if I took $40,000 and bought a rental property? And now I've turned that $40,000 into $700 a month in cash flow from a tenant. That's what I'm talking about, folks. So you go to your 401k provider and ask them that question. What are the fees associated with me withdrawing this money today? They're going to give you a number, and I think likely it's going to be around 7, 8, 9, or 10% tax. So you'll end up paying taxes on that money when you pull it out in that tax year that you took it out. So it counts as income, folks, right? You didn't pay any taxes putting it into the 401k, right? It's tax deferred. That's the way that they try to lure you into this, right? Well, great. Now I'm going to pay taxes years later when I'm in a higher tax bracket. So think about that. They're trying to woo you with this idea that your 401k, you're not going to pay taxes on it until later, when you're older, when you're retired. I don't know about you, but I don't want to retire in a lower tax bracket, right? I want to retire wealthy which means I want my tax bracket while I'm young and older to be going up, right? Up. So now when I'm older, I'm going to be paying more in taxes on this money 30 years from now than I would if I took it out today and pay less because I'm in a lower tax bracket. I'm less wealthy than I'll be 30 years from now. Does it make sense? I mean, this is the kind of crap that Wall Street and these big institutions spin on people. I mean, they take out television commercials to try to get us, like drones buying and selling these products. It's ridiculous. We're planning for your retirement. Really? If you were really planning for my retirement, you would say, hey, Clayton, take that money that's sitting there in your 401k right now, take that little 10% penalty this year and buy 7 rental properties with it that are now going to be producing each $700 a month in cash flow. Why? I'm going to wait till I'm 65 to use that money? So, I mean, it's totally up to you, and your plan may be different. For instance, my own 401k plan, I'm not allowed to touch it unless of a hardship or if I was to leave the company. Now, in those situations, you may not have any choice at all. You can use it sometimes for a hardship like a funeral, or you can actually use it to purchase your first primary house. You can take that money out as a withdrawal. There's a list of things you can use it for. But you probably are not going to be able to take it fully out if you have the same plan that I do. But many plans will let you fully take out your money, full withdrawal. And yes, you'll take that penalty, that tax penalty. So consult with your accountant and ask your 401k provider what the penalty will be. Now, here's the thing. These providers and your accountant, if they're not versed in real estate, are going to be scared, okay? They're going to be scared that you're even talking this way because it's a comfortable vehicle for people, the 401k, right? You start with a new company, they tell you to sign up for the 401k plan, and everyone feels happy. No, they're very comfortable in those clothing. So just make sure when you're talking to your accountant, you're very explicit about what we're talking about here, which is, hey, John, am I going to pay more on this money years from now because I'll be in a higher tax bracket? Well, that's interesting, Clayton. I never thought of it that way. Well, yes, you will. If you make more money and you're wealthy when you retire, you would pay more taxes then than now when you take it out. Oh, okay. So then why wouldn't I take it out now? Oh, because it's your whole retirement. Really? So my whole retirement is tied to the stock market and 30 years from now? No. What if I can take it now and buy rental real estate and get amazing returns on my investment? Like I said, most of my properties, I won't even touch a property unless I can get a 10 to 12% return on my investment year over year. Well, if the penalty is only 10% in that tax year I took that money out, come on. I'm still getting a 2% higher than the penalty return on it. You follow me? Don't be duped by all this financial crap you see on TV, these commercials that they try to woo you during the Super Bowl about how to plan for your retirement. Get smart about this stuff, folks. Trust me, this is how you build true wealth in this country. Having your money work for you to buy real estate now, produce cash flow, increase your net worth, increase your equity, and build that stability and financial freedom. Anyway, I'd love to hear your comments about this one. I hope I didn't offend anyone, and I hope I didn't offend any financial advisors watching this video. I love you. I do. Some of you. Just leave some descriptions and comments in the thread below, and I'd love to jump in and read them. Please don't forget you can subscribe to my channel right over here, little subscribe button. We've got tons of great playlists here on the channel too, all about buying and holding real estate. Until next time, everyone, I want you to go out there, take action, stop education, just take action and become a real estate investor. It's the only way. We'll see you next time.